Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Evolve or Die. We have a lot of things going on this week. I'm going to talk about a few of my stock picks in this video and a current event update for you guys. So the first thing on our agenda is we do have a surprise round of tax refunds coming for people that filed unemployment during 2020. And if you paid taxes on your unemployment before Biden released his COVID tax relief bill at the beginning of this year, then you might qualify for a refund on the taxes that you paid on that unemployment. We have the DOJ backing a bill to end disparities in crack cocaine sentences, which we love to see, especially since the 80s when Reagan coined the phrase war on drugs when he really meant war on poverty and Black people. But that is a rant for another video. So we love to see this. There's a lot of things going on in our international affairs. Yeah, so let's get right into it. I'm going to talk about a few of my plays for the week. First on the list, we have First Advantage. They do have an initial public offering tomorrow on the 23rd, and this is not a long-term hold for me. This is more of a momentum play. First Advantage is a company that is focused around human capital. So this company provides a lot of employee solutions. They administer drug tests, they do background checks, and things of that nature. They have their hands in a lot of different industries, as we can see here. We can see here they provide a lot of solutions for a number of different industries by sector. So like I'm saying, this is not a long-term hold for me. This is simply a momentum play. And let me explain what that means. Generally, when I see initial public offerings, we saw it happen with Coinbase. I've seen it happen with Palantir when they IPO'd back in the end of 2020. Usually when I see IPOs, we see crazy price spikes during that one day. I've seen stocks double, triple, and then plummet off of a cliff by the end of the day. So this is going to be a quick momentum play. I'm going to use a day trade to make this purchase, to make this play. And once I do a little bit more research into the company, it could become a long-term play. Their IPO listing on the New York Stock Exchange tomorrow, they're thinking of listing between $13 and $15. So hopefully we see at least a 10% spike from either one of those price points tomorrow when they are listed. And my next play for you guys is VUZI. Now, this is actually a long-term play for me. This is a really interesting company. They are a world leader in smart glasses, and they also have solutions for a lot of different sectors. We have enterprise solutions, manufacturing, field services, warehouse logistics, and telemedicine, which is personally why I became interested in the company in the first place, was their focus to help utilize these glasses for telehealth and telemedicine purposes. So a large part of their business model is the never-ending need for efficiency. And basically, they're targeting the healthcare system that is overburdened, and the doctor to patient ratio is shrinking, which is not a good thing. So we need to increase that efficiency, because as doctors are becoming more scarce, AI, telehealth, and telemedicine technology is going to be it's going to be needed much more. Like we're going to see an increasing demand for it, which we see in their telehealth investor presentation, that there is a demand from professionals. A lot of the medical professionals have voiced that their frustration results from the fact that their patients have to undergo stress and incur expenses in order to visit them, and many physical visits are unnecessary. In the case of nursing homes, which often have to transfer patients to hospitals for medical treatment, 60 to 70% of transfers are for small issues. So what this technology is revolutionizing regarding e-visits is they're providing solutions to a lot of the issues that are happening when internet-based technologies have made it possible for doctors to conduct medical visits remotely. So our analysis is trying to be in favor of the patients, that this company is looking to alleviate costs for the patients and the overwhelming and overburden on doctors. So the smart glasses, they have been tested in a lot of different trials in Taiwan. Actually, this company is based out of New York, but they have done a lot of trials overseas using these glasses. So the smart glasses can enable hands-free access to information, meaning medical records, test results, x-rays, real-time communication for remote collaboration and support from instructors or colleagues, hands-free point-of-view examinations of patients' symptoms and physical issues, including audio and visual, a vast reduction in the need for time-consuming paperwork and reports, because essentially if all of this information is stored into your augmented reality glasses, that's what they mean by alleviating that need for paperwork. The ability of doctors to consult with more patients per day, because in streamlining the efficiency, you're creating more time for the doctors to consult with more patients in one day. Critical savings in time, again, comes back to that efficiency, the never ending need for more efficiency, more streamlined processes. How do we save time? You can't create more time, but you can make use of your time more efficiently, which is what these smart glasses are enabling doctors to do. And this is just the sector that they're entering in that interests me the most. Again, these glasses are being presented in many different sectors, in warehouse settings, retail settings, and manufacturing settings. You know, they're on a great trajectory. And so that's a little bit about this. I'm going to leave the link to their investor presentations below. And this is a long-term play for me. I think the company has a lot of potential. And let's look at their institutional buy-ins from ARK Invest. ARK Invest is one of the largest asset management companies in the world. They do manage about 50 billion in assets. And I love Cathie Woods. I've researched her, and she's part of the reason why I was inspired to start investing during 2020, when all of the other hedge funds, all of the other asset management firms saw declines of upwards of 20%. We saw Cathie Woods and her ETFs, her holdings, with annual compounded return rates of 20% and above. So she was really the first person to make the most bullish case for Tesla, and everyone else in the game kind of wrote her off, and they're like, you're crazy, Tesla, your Tesla valuation is way off. And she's been right about a lot of things so far. So she is the CEO of ARK Invest. So let's look at their institutional holdings of VUZI here. Something that I base my personal valuations of companies off of. I always like to look at their institutional buy-ins, and we're just going to look at one here because ARK Invest is personally one of my favorites. So in Cathie Woods' ARC-Q, her autonomous and robotics ETF, and her ARC-W internet ETFs. Across the board, they're holding about just a little over 2 million shares of VUZI. We love to see that. We love to see that since June, this position has been increasing. You can see here down in June, we were holding just over 1.5 million in her ETFs, and that number has been steadily increasing. This is her number for her ARC W. That's the internet ETF that is comprised of a lot of other different companies as well. And her ARC autonomous and robotics ETF contains this number that you see up here, just over 2 million. So we love to see that. We love to see the institutional buy-ins, and the tracking that I'm using to monitor ARK Invest's institutional buy-ins and holdings is Lucid Tracking. I'll leave a link for that down below. I use the free edition. There is a much more advanced edition where you can see BlackRock's ETFs and all of their buy-ins on the day, like in real time. But I don't use the paid version of it. I just use the free version. But I'll leave a link for that down below, guys. Yeah, so VUZI, ticker symbol VUZIX. I think it's a great play. I'm definitely going to be holding that for some time. And I do see it dipping back to the 15 ranges. I think today we're sitting at just beneath $16. So let's see here. We can pull up Webull here. Right, we're sitting at 1566. So I think that's a great entry point. Just a few weeks ago, I've watched VUZI in the low 20s ranges. So this is a good entry point. So that's pretty much what we're going to talk about regarding VUZI and my other very short momentum play for our IPO. Background checks, human capital solutions with First Advantage. And my last pick for you guys is going to be Nano Dimensions. Nano Dimensions is one of my personal favorite companies. It is a 3D printing additive manufacturing company. Their signature product, their signature technology is the Dragonfly, which is essentially providing precision printing for additively manufactured electronics, i.e. 3D printing with additive materials. And through the 3D printing sector is going to provide so many solutions, so much more efficiency for so many sectors. And here we have a little bit of an overview. Nano Dimensions is a provider of intelligent machines for the fabrication of additively manufactured electronics. High fidelity active electronic and electromechanical subassemblies are integral enablers of the autonomous intelligent drones, cars, satellites, smartphones, and Vivo medical devices. They necessitate iterative development, IP safety, fast time to market, and device performance gains, thereby mandating an AME for in-house rapid prototyping and production. Nano Dimension machines serve cross-industry needs by depositing proprietary consumable, conductive, and dielectric materials simultaneously, while concurrently integrating in situ capacitors, antennas, coils, transformers, and electromechanical components to function at unprecedented performance. Nano Dimensions bridges the gap between PCB and semiconductor integrated circuits, a revolutionary click of a button from CAD to a functional high-performance AME device in hours, solely at the cost of consumable materials. So essentially, the beauty of the additive manufacturing that comes from 3D printing is it streamlines the creation of circuits from days and weeks to just a few hours. So we use circuits in pretty much everything that has a semiconductor has a circuit or a circuit board that it runs on. So this is important. And here we have a little bit about their financials. They're trading right now on the NASDAQ at 776. And currently, I've done a lot of swing trading on Nano Dimensions. I'm not currently holding any because just a few months ago, I did ride the price up from $4 to $7. I rode the price up from $7 to $14. So right now it's trading at 776, and I am waiting to see if it retests those dangerously low 4 ranges so I can scoop up a bunch of shares. That's where I would like to re-enter the stock. I would like to see it retest the $4 to $5 range before I get back into it. So yeah, Nano Dimensions, I've been really bullish on for quite some time, ever since I discovered the company. 3D printing is going to be vital in every single sector, in space, defense, research, automotive industry, like we see here. It's going to be huge. So let's see here. I think we just talked about how it was trading at 776. Let's see here. I'm going to pull this up here. Okay, so we're actually right now currently trading at 769. And I'm going to leave my Webull link referral code down below. You guys can use my referral link, get yourself some free stocks, get me some free stocks too. It's good for both of us. So if you could do that, that would be greatly appreciated. And that pretty much sums up my interest in Nano Dimension. Like I said, guys, I'm going to leave the link to the investor presentation down below as well, so you can do your own diligence and do your own research, because I'm not a financial advisor. And here, again, I like to track the institutional buy-ins from ARK and Vanguard, Fidelity, BlackRock. They're all holding Nano Dimensions, but we're going to focus now on what ETFs Nano Dimensions are in from Cathie Wood's ARK Invest ETFs. So as of today, her autonomous and robotics ETFs are holding just over 7 million shares in the autonomous and robotics ETF, in ARK Internet holding just over 7 million shares in that ETF as well. And her 3D printing ETF, she's holding about 198,000 shares. And in her Israel Innovation and Technology ETF, she's holding just over 700,000 shares in the ARK Israel Innovation Tech ETF. So lucid tracking, like I said, I'm going to post a link down for you guys below, because I do like to track the institutional buy-ins of stocks. Before I purchase them, I like to see what the hedge funds are doing, where the asset management companies are sending their funds. It's really important. We love institutional buy-ins. I get a lot of my information, a lot of my models and projections for where the future is going directly from ARK Invest. They do have a newsletter that you can sign up for. I get weekly updates and weekly updated forecasts and models that are updated by her analysts and her. So you can sign up for that on the website. You can basically directly be emailed up-to-date information about their holdings, up-to-date price predictions and forecasts for all of the different holdings. So that's an invaluable resource, in my opinion, and it's important to stay as informed as possible. So having that real-time information and updates from the analyst team is simply invaluable. So I'm going to leave a lot of links for you guys down below in the description. That being said, if you guys liked the video, you can hit that like button down below, click subscribe so you always are notified when I post a video. Hit that bell. And yeah, guys, if you find the content valuable, if there's any stocks that you want me to talk about or that you guys are interested in learning about, you can leave those down below. And our book for the week, remember guys, we always have a book for the week. So this week's book is The Holographic Universe, The Revolutionary Theory of Reality. So I started reading this upon recommendation of a friend. It's a really, really interesting perspective of the way the universe functions and a lot of unexplained phenomenon that we humans experience across the board, and how there are explanations outside of the realms of science that explain these phenomenon. So it's a super interesting read. The most interesting I've read in a while, to be honest. Very interesting. If you are one of those like myself who believe we're living in a simulation, this is definitely a great read. But yeah, The Holographic Universe by Michael Talbot. I'm pretty sure there's a free audiobook on YouTube, so if you want to check that out, if I find it, I'll leave the link below as well. So that pretty much sums it up, guys. Thanks for tuning in and listening. And if you learned anything, subscribe and share the video. It helps my content get shared with other people. And thanks for tuning in to Evolve or Die, guys. Keep evolving.